Can't hear from games, brains and headbanging life. gbhbl.com for short. Album review time as the UK rock trio Black Orchid Empire return with their new album Tempus Veritas, set for release on the 14th of April 2023 via Season of Mist. The Tempus Veritas is a collection of stories that seek to find compelling imaginary narratives hidden away in what we all think of as history. Behind every milestone, a major event in humanity's long, complex past lies a treasure trove of possibilities for invention. How did Pope Urban VIII feel when confronted by his friend Galileo about the true nature of the sun? What really happened during an almost triumphant but ultimately doomed Everest attempt? What was it like to be a Norse settler amongst the Saxons? Did the omens of the ancient gods begin to disappear? Fascinating concept, fascinating ideas, and something I can honestly say is truly realised throughout the record. It details a compelling narrative with a creative vision. Black Orchid Empire are back with a very heavyweight release, kicking off with a relaxing and melodic intro that is the title track before hitting a groovy, dreamy, headbanging, heady high with hydrogen. This is the stuff that's going to delight listeners. Familiar Black Orchid Empire, but fresh at the same time. And they're just getting started. With an array of explosive riffs, dramatic vocals, harmonization, pounding drum beats, and stirring rhythms, The Raven and Lost Ronin keep the energy hot and high. As anthemic as both tracks can be, the layers of atmosphere that Black Orchid Empire provide is what really captures the imagination. This is an inspired band, and that seems to grow the more and more this album goes on. How about Scarlet Haze or Deny the Sun as further proof of Black Orchid Empire's delightful creativity and chemistry? The former has some really wistful melodies and rocks up so impressively, whereas the latter is a vigorous and rapacious groove monster with some serious headbanging qualities to it. Considering the concept behind this particular track, you can kind of feel the argument and denials that come so strongly through. And of course, if being uniquely anthemic wasn't enough, Tempus Veritas also delivers when it comes to progressive and technical detail. It is all these elements that gives the album such a varied tone, and with Glory to the King, they showcase the richness in their rock sound, and with Summit, how complex their rhythms can be. The longer it goes on, the more enveloped the listener feels. So much so that the sharpness of the verses, contrasted by a peppy chorus on weakness, feels quite diverse. Yet it also doesn't feel out of place on this record. It's just Black Orchid Empire letting their imagination run wild and delivering unmitigated brilliance. I don't think anyone will want this to end, but all good things must. And it is the pairing of Vesuvius and Latimer that closes out this epic release. Two exceptional efforts that feature blistering riffs, erratic heaviness, ethereal melodies, and so much more. At this stage, Black Orchid Empire could hardly disappoint it. But even still, the high quality of these final two tracks alongside everything that came before is startling. I fell in love with this album. Probably listened to it 4 or 5 times in a row just to come up with these words, just to get an idea of how I wanted to describe it and how I wanted to express my opinion in this review. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I felt I understood the concept. I thought I understood it more and more as it went on, and the more listens I gave it. I started looking for identifying patterns and lyrical content and harmonies that matched up perhaps what the story was for this particular track. I like the idea of imaginary tales based around actual historical events. I find that really interesting. I reckon you will too. It's Tempus Veritas. It is out on the 14th of April 2023 via Season of Mist. Check it out. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please help us out by giving us a thumbs up and hitting that subscribe button. If you really liked what you saw, consider donating to keep the website and channel running by buying us a coffee via our coffee page or picking up some merch from our Big Cartel store. You can check us out on gbhbl.com as well as via our social media, Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, as well as listen to our interviews via SoundCloud, Apple Music and Spotify. Just search for GBHBL. games, horror, and heavy metal. What else is life for?